Hello, beautiful people. It is Oshun Kimmy, Mother of Mysteries. And today I wanted to make a video about a few reasons why a person may be struggling to find the proper remedies or solutions to clear out witchcraft or spiritual attack in their life. And so, if you have been feeling like you are seeking a remedy or solution to spiritual warfare in your life, but you have been unable to find it, then this video is going to list a few reasons why this may be the case for you. So, reason number one why a person may be struggling to find the proper remedy or solution to clear out witchcraft or spiritual attack in their life is because they are seeking quick fixes, but the remedy is something that actually requires them to go deeper into spirituality. For many people going through intense spiritual warfare, the remedy often requires them to take their own spiritual practices more seriously, to take their spiritual hygiene more seriously, to take their intuition and their spiritual discernment and their prayer more seriously. So, becoming a spiritualist essentially looks like doing more spiritual study, learning to do rituals and energy work. And then, for those who are called towards ancestral work, as so many of us are, we are responsible ultimately for reintroducing spirituality back into our bloodlines to restore their ancestral gifts and practices and spiritual systems back into their lineage. And essentially, as the person devotes themselves to the journey of the spiritualist, the guru, the prophet, the shaman, and so on and so forth, then they would be able to level up in spiritual rank and as a result gain greater protection from the universe. So there are some people who are actually vulnerable to witchcraft because they are not walking in their proper spiritual title and in their proper spiritual rank as designated in their destinies and their soul contracts. So, not walking in our destiny can make us vulnerable to witchcraft and can keep us in situations of spiritual warfare. So, reason number two, someone may be struggling to find remedies to the witchcraft attack or spiritual warfare they are experiencing is because they are looking for one total or singular solution. When actually, we are often called to incorporate multiple spiritual solutions into our life in order to truly protect ourselves and clear out negative energy. And this is the path of holistic living. Some people cannot find the remedy to their spiritual warfare because they want to live in a way that is not fully holistic. They want to live as though they are just human and they don't want to go deeper into their spiritual practices, or they live as though they are just a spirit and they don't honor the spiritual integrity of the body, right? And so, holistic living is about bringing the body, the minds, and the spirit into divine alignment and into harmony. And we can do this through things like meditation, yoga, eating for the spirit and not just the flesh, and through connecting with the natural elements around us, the water, the sun, the moon, the stars, on a consistent basis. And so I'd say that this is a really good point to go ahead and drop our affirmations in the comments below. And the affirmation that I want us to work with for today is my body, mind, and spirit is in harmony and peaceful alignment. It's Ashe, so shall it be. And this affirmation is so important because peace is the ultimate spell neutralizer, meaning that when we can cultivate a sense of inner peace, nothing outer or external to us can actually disturb us. So, the simplest way to discover the best spiritual solution against witchcraft is to ask yourself what will help you achieve more peace in your spirit, in your soul. And whatever course of action that comes to your mind that will help you achieve this peace is the spiritual remedy and solution to the warfare in your life. Ashe? Ashe. So let's get into reason number three. A person may find it hard to resolve spiritual warfare in their life. And this reason is that the person may know what needs to be done to remedy the situation, but the remedy is something that is hard or uncomfortable. So they may struggle to commit to it because it is out of their comfort zone. So these can be things like changing the city that you live in. And we have to understand that places and geographies have energetic imprints and designs. And so sometimes we are more vulnerable to witchcraft because we are living in places that are not good for us. This can also be things like leaving a long term partner, because if we are in karmic relationships of any kind, we are more vulnerable to witchcraft. This can also be things like cleaning up your diet, leaving your job, and or cutting off family members. And so if you are in a situation where you're like, I know that doing this particular course of action will help remedy my spiritual situation, but it's a hard choice for you to commit to. Please remember that there are two types of hard. There are hard things that drain us, things like sticking to bad behaviors or people or situations that we know we need to release. And then there are hard things that will actually bring us rewards and great success if we stick to them. Things like fasting, we know it's hard, but it always comes with great rewards. We know that it's hard to leave behind karmic situations, but it always comes with great rewards. And so we want to do the types of hard things that reward us, right? Reason number 4, and the last reason that I'm going to discuss in this video, that a person may struggle to clear out witchcraft or spiritual warfare in their life is because they shy away from shadow work. And instead of doing their shadow work and analyzing their own demons and their own shadows, they instead look too much outside of themselves, usually at the person who is doing the spell work. In this situation, it does not actually benefit us to think too much about the person behind the spell work, because there is something energetically imbalanced within us that got us into the spiritual warfare that we are experiencing. These negative situations, these negative spiritual situations that we find ourselves in, usually don't happen overnight, right? Because spiritual warfare is years in the making. And so we have to really reflect on ourselves, our life, and ask, how did I get myself here? What habits or karmic loops was I repeating? What red flags or intuitions was I ignoring? And as we become able to identify and master those shadows, those energetic and emotional imbalances, then we become able to clear out and harmonize negative energy in our life. And with that being said, if you need further assistance with identifying any blockages that may be preventing you from really resolving the spell work or witchcraft in your life, this is where I would invite you to book a one-on-one reading with me, which will be performed live over Zoom. And then, of course, the Patreon is also a wonderful resource for people ready to embark on the spiritual journey of clearing warfare and witchcraft from their life. I hope to see you on a one-on-one Zoom call, on the Patreon, or simply on the next YouTube video. May peace and bliss be truly upon those who wish peace and bliss upon me. Ashe.